lots to talk about in tropical world today.
As big as it gets when it comes to like breaking weather news.
Right?
You know,
outside of actual weather. Yeah.
You know, if we're tracking storms, that's one thing. So no, not tracking actual real storms right now. We'll get to the weather in a minute. But yeah, it's a big news in the world of tropical because we're 53 days away from hurricane season. We're getting to that time of the year where we're going to start to see those big, you know, full season, long range hurricane season forecasts come out. And one of the big ones, of course, comes from Colorado State University.
Dr. Phil Klotzbach, one of the leading tropical experts out there. He puts this out yearly. You know what? He always verifies it as well, and he shows like his reasoning behind a lot of this. And he just put out 13 named storms, 6 hurricanes, 2 major hurricanes expected this year. So slightly, Lou, below average.
Yeah. So you see your 30-year average there on the right side, and then exactly slightly below average. If you want to nitpick, say, oh, we're right there at around average. I'll be interested in the nomenclature, the verbiage that a lot of people are kind of spinning with this. But yeah, I mean, technically speaking, and precisely, this just slightly below average, which is interesting because you know the last several years, I think if you pay attention to these long range forecasts, we've had many years of slightly above average forecast or an above average season has been forecast. You don't hear that slightly below too often.
I think one of the main reasons for it this year, and he cited this a few times, is the what he called the Jurassic El Nino.
Yeah, use the
or
term.
A super El Nino, or like I've never heard of it called a Jurassic El Nino. That's a new one for me. But the point is, a very strong El Nino is in place. We're already seeing sea surface temperatures above average. It's expected to still set in that typically results in wind shear across the tropical Atlantic. Even if the sea surface temperatures are warm, if you have too much shear, it just reduces convective activity and also a little bit of a suppression aloft too, that he was mentioning. So that's kind of the main factor with this. I think combating it is still the fact that, to your point, the above average the last few years, because the sea surface temperatures are still warm in the Atlantic. It's just... there's other factors taking place here.
Plenty warm. So El Nino southern oscillation phases. We've got what was forecast and modeling still continues to suggest that pooling of warm water. This is the Pacific side of things. And that absolutely impacts where and how things react on the Atlantic and Caribbean side of things as well. So we look at a little history here and we go back. If you're going to show...
I'll go back to it.
You can wherever you go. I'm down. You look
I was just getting excited.
Yeah, no.
Here we go.
So you look. So we accumulated El Nino years, right? We've got average El Nino, slightly above or strong, like has been forecasted, and then as the good doctor had said today, the Jurassic El Nino, which a couple of models have suggested, which would be a 3-degree anomaly above what's normal. So we're looking at about a degree and a half. I think most models kind of have that mean or median right at about 1.5 degrees to 2 degrees, some a little above, and that highest level would be about 3. That would be pretty wild. What we have kind of accumulated, but look at El Nino years that we've had going all the way back to 1982. Still a really broad range of actual named systems. And this is for tropical storms all the way up to major hurricanes. So if something's named, it could simply just be that tropical storm strength.
Yeah.
And we've seen years like 2023 where there were 20 named storms, 2010, 19.
95 was even a standout as well, 19.
Absolutely. And then you get years, back in the 90s, which I don't see included here, but you had 91, 92, maybe a weaker, but still nonetheless El Nino, where you had things like Andrew.
Yeah.
An A storm late developing in our terms.
But I guess that kind of, because Andrew, hit in September or late August?
Late August. So it
impacts
late
kind
August
of alludes to that below average number of storms.
Yeah.
But it sounds silly, and we say it all the time, it only takes one.
100%.
And that was a notable year. So we... and I think one of the other things of what this forecast too is pointing out, it still expects 2 major hurricanes.
Yeah.
Which, last year some people say last year was a quiet year. It wasn't. But we had Melissa, which just broke all the records. And that one, it didn't hit the U.S., but still it takes that one that to really
Yep.
kind of cause a big impacts.
And taking that one, I mean, you look at 2016,
Yeah,
an El Nino year, you had Matthew,
yeah.
right, which did not directly hit Florida, but or at least northeast Florida. It brushed by about 50, 55 miles
Hmm.
off our coast, but still some pretty big impacts. Not as bad as I think originally forecast when early forecasts had that eye wall coming on shore, but still had some major erosion, major
I mean,
flooding from St. Augustine to
lot
Jack's
of
Beach,
roofs
Fernandina.
out here were ripped apart. I mean,
Yep.
those, I think Matthew was our highest wind gust here on the first coast since Dora.
Hmm.
So serious stuff. Also, Lou,
Right.
just want to share this is from the 2025
Yes.
forecast from them at CSU. And just for comparison's sake, they expected 16, 8, and 3 major hurricanes. We end up seeing 13, 5, and 4. So they were a little bit below on the number of named storms, but above on the major hurricanes, which was kind of interesting. And this is something I've heard more and more about how going into the future, maybe less named storms, but more major,
Hmm.
like more stronger ones popping off, which is why this is our in-house forecast. This is not official by any means.
Yeah.
Just taking a little kind of pull between us Mets here. And this is why I went with a higher number.
Yeah.
I see Ross really went 17.75. But our meteorologist Lee Southwick, she's on
Nailing
the
it.
doctorate level.
Yeah, she nailed the CSU forecast. So yeah, right on. I'm gonna I think on it, and looking at years past, I kind of deep dove into. I spent my morning looking at from 1990
Hmm.
really to now, and you take that from again 1990. Still seeing with El Nino years, the average being around 15, 7, and 3. I mean, but it just comes down to what hits where you're going to be impacted most. And so, while I think these forecasts, these long range forecasts, are helpful in trends,
Hmm.
like what are we trending towards in a bigger picture, but it shouldn't really impact how you prepare at the beginning of the
Mm.
season, shouldn't change much of anything,
Yes.
because you get the one spin up and we could have a very, very quiet year. I mean, listen, last year we had a period of time where, of course, sea surface temperatures were very, very warm, but we had that strong period of time from July, August, September of extreme wind shear in the Caribbean, where
Hmm.
you just couldn't get storms would enter into the Lesser Antilles and get into that Caribbean basin and then just be sheared apart.
Yeah.
But it got later in the season, we got that more of that activity kicking out.
And that is something I think we should stress. Yeah, is that we sit here, our leading headline is a below average hurricane season, but that doesn't mean that for you at home to go,
Right.
meh, we'll be fine. Like
Mhm.
always, and to keep you posted here at First Coast News. 53 days from today is the official start, June 1st. But last few years, we've gotten some in May. So it's not surprising to get them even before the start of hurricane season, even at this point. And yeah, as mentioned over and over again, it only does take one out here. So yeah, the latest numbers from CSU, the Colorado State University. NOAA should be releasing theirs probably this coming week or next week. I have to double check on that.
And if we, you think about complacency, you see below average forecast, and then you have the recent memory of last year, while very busy as far as storms and developments and in terms of strength, no hurricanes impacting North America,
Yes,
United States.
the continental United
Continental
States. Yeah.
U.S. Was spared, so that's kind of two factors that may have you thinking, oh well, we're good,
Yeah.
you know. But let's keep in mind, do the same preparations you would always do, and find sources you trust. Hopefully, that's us, as we keep you as informed as possible through the tropics.
So we're gonna stay on the tropics here
Let's do it.
because and I specified the continental United States because today, fun little tidbit here, not fun for the people involved, I guess it's wrong word to say. The first tropical storm warnings from the NOAA and the National Weather Service have been issued
Okay.
in the United States.
We
And you're probably thinking, what?
Yeah, where are we going?
We're going to Guam.
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 Yeah.
Well, check out this image. Isn't this pretty wild?
Yeah.
So look at this. There's two cyclones in this picture.
Yes.
You have a proper southern hemisphere cyclone
And we got a
there,
northern hemisphere.
and you got a northern hemisphere cyclone there.
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty
That
wild?
is wild.
Like they're not gonna
The
they're not gonna
equatorial
form
split.
up. They got the equator on both sides of them.
Can't cross. Yeah.
But it's pretty like, oh my, like if you see that on satellite, like good thing Artemis is not splashing down right in the middle of
In the
that
middle of the
here.
Pacific. Yeah.
Oh
Goodness.
goodness.
Wild.
So you got the one here towards the north. This is currently Tropical Depression 4. It's going to be called Sinlaku once it gets named. The Japan Meteorological Agency names them out here. But if you look, I'll put up my little pointer on the screen.
Look at those little islands.
Oh, so these islands are Chuuk, Ulu. These are all, they're not part of the United States, but they're part of our, they're like a joint commonwealth with the United States.
Gotcha.
So simply put, if you wanted to go work on one of these little islands, you don't need a visa or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
Just take your passport and go, or
Yeah, you just take.
whatever the-
I don't even think you need a passport.
Okay.
Like you should,
Probably.
but like you can just show up and be like, I want to live here now. They use dollars, but they're not part of the United States. Kind of neat.
Have you been?
I have not been to any of these, but I have been to this one over here, Palau, which is the same situation.
Okay.
They have dollars there. They like if you just want to live there. The one that is technically part of the United States, though, is right here, Guam.
Guam.
500,000 plus people live there. Anderson Air Force Base is there. They have a National Weather Service of Guam. So just like in Jacksonville, we have the Jacksonville National Weather Service. They have the Guam one here. And they're going to be put under the equivalent of a hurricane warning more than likely with this storm system. It's expected to intensify up pretty quick here, Lou.
There you go.
And
We got
yeah.
a little cone with it as well.
Oh, yeah. The JTWC, the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, already put one out. They even have that little yellow area over Chuuk. That is a tropical storm warning that's in place at this time.
Look at that strengthening, though. From 35 now to by Tuesday, we're talking about 140 miles.
It's 140 Cat 5.
That's massive.
I think it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. We're 147.
Is
But
it? So it's a high end Cat
It's
4.
a high-end Cat 4. Yeah.
This is the newest update. This just came out at 11 o'clock, so I haven't seen this one.
That's powerful.
And
that's some
that's
strengthening.
And then look at the track. It brings it right over the island. And you know what the thing about Guam and a lot of these tropical islands, Lou? You can't evacuate.
Right?
Like you don't get on I-10 and head west.
Nope. You got to hunker down.
Mm-hmm.
In similar situation, I mean, just in our recent memory, you think of Melissa and with Jamaica. I mean, what do you do with massive? I mean, it's a bigger island.
Yeah, but still,
it's tough to mobilize, and where do you go anyway? Not exactly lots of money, and you can't just. I mean, people can't pop for American Airlines ticket to Miami real quick,
right?
So, yeah, it's tough.
And Guam, I mean, they're built for it. They have a lot of the buildings there, very strict building code. They are concrete. But I know a couple years ago they were hit, and it's a very big impact on the infrastructure. Power was out for weeks. This one, and in April, nonetheless, which in April, like super typhoon, major hurricane equivalent, even for the Western Pacific where they get strong storms like this is rather rare.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. To see it this time of year out there, pretty big bad storm system. We have a lot of military friends here in Jacksonville. There's Guam Navy base there. I know people that have been stationed there. Anderson Air Force Base, one of the largest bases in the world. Yeah, they're all going to be hit pretty hard by this storm system. See here what our futurecast actually, you can see the island right there on the top of the screen, and kind of giving you an idea of just watch the pressure, how it just it's too close.
Yeah,
looks like
surge issues for sure. Kind
Well,
of that southwest area. Yeah.
Good news, Guam has like a steep shelf right there. The Mariana Trench is just south of it,
Right.
which is the deepest area on world.
Yeah.
So the surge issue is usually not too bad of
That's good.
a thing. It's always like the trees, the palms and stuff just get ripped apart. Things like that.
Interesting.
It's kind of, but the surge usually is not an issue. Of course, if you're right on the coast, there's a surge.
Sure, but yeah, that's good to know.
You know, another little, I'm keeping you in the global side of here. This storm has been sitting in the exact same spot for over a week.
Northwest at 5. Not really moving.
It's wild. You like imagine, and there's no big cities out here, but there are the small areas there in Papua New Guinea, and there are people on some of those islands under this thing who have been getting tropical storm strength conditions for over a week.
That's wild. Reminds you of Dorian in the Bahamas.
Oh yeah, just sat there.
It wasn't a week, but I mean, it was 3-4 solid days of like no motion with a major hurricane. So you got 100-mile-an-hour winds there, and just sitting still. That's crazy. You wonder how it continues to get its convective energy,
right?
And how it hasn't kind of cooled everything down around it. But they're massive engines.
And yeah, because right, you figured there would be enough upwelling at this point, but and it's just a lack of steering flow right there. It's embedded in the ITCZ.
Oof.
It should start to drift towards the west. Eventually, and actually, we have a cone here also from the joint time.
Yikes.
I need to fix this. This really, I haven't fixed it because this shows you how
it tells a story.
It does.
It's not moving.
It's not moving. Everything's on top of each other. Maybe by Monday and the Tuesday, it's going to move off, and then it actually moves over the largest city in the area, Port Moresby, which is out there in the northern portion of the Coral Sea on Papua New Guinea. But man, this thing just lingering. Just
You've been there before.
I have not. I've sailed past it.
Yeah.
I did my right where the storm's sitting, actually, right in that area is where I did my crossing the line ceremony, where I went from a polywog to a shellback in the Navy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crossing the equator?
Crossing the equator.
Nice.
You get back in the old school Navy where there was some hazing involved. It was a lot of fun, though.
Light hazing.
Light hazing in the Navie. Yeah, but it was a good time. And yeah, I got my I'm officially a shellback, so I can give the dirty wogs little trouble anytime I see them out there. All my Navy pals, they know. I think Jimmy, he's a wog. I give him crap.
Crossed?
Yeah, so I give
crossed.
Huh?
Did Joe ever cross?
Oh, I got to talk to Joe about that. Joe, one of our photographers. I got to find out who's a wog in this building so I can be like, you dirty wog.
I think he stayed in the northern hemisphere.
I
think he was Mediterranean.
I got to find out then. I got to find out. But hey, by the way, this is all on the other side of the world. Just clarifying it here with this graphic here for you.
Yeah.
Other side of the world here back in the Atlantic, even though we're talking about hurricane season outlook and everything, we don't have anything out there right now. It is calm. All right. You want to talk a little local weather forecast?
Let's do it. Yeah. We've had this 3-day essentially power nor'easter that we've been dealing with. And out, looking at some of these tropical systems that Robert has been showing us, we had the one storm, Papua New Guinea, with 100-mile-an-hour winds. The other still in that 35-mile-an-hour zone, but it's going to strengthen to 140.
Mm-hmm.
I use that as a loose and rough transition to the winds we've been experiencing here on the First Coast, where, you talk about our gusts right now. We're getting gusts very close to that tropical storm force strength even now at Mayport at 37. I hesitate to use the tropical storm word with this because obviously extremely different, completely different type of monster. But the damage that can be done when you're getting gusts, we had reports yesterday, 48-mile-an-hour gusts at Jacksonville International Airport. You had airport weather warning in place there yesterday, so tough for some planes, maybe take off or land even in winds like that. So those wind gusts, NES Jacks right there on the river, getting that 48-mile-an-hour gust, 52 officially at Craig. How about that? So we did eclipse the 50-mile-an-hour mark.
That's wild, right there.
And not surprising. We were flirting with it all day. I saw 49 at one point. I believe it was Mayport, might have been St. Simons, but we've had just some major gusts, and that's why some people were reporting power outages You're
Oh,
going to get.
Neptune Beach, I know there was a
Yep.
pretty decent power outages.
There, St. Simon's had some off and on power outages as well. Those transformers, you get enough motion, something pops, and you get outages, you get limbs coming down. Some of those old oaks there on the island. So yeah, but we are kind of in the denouement, the falling action of this 3-day nor'easter. It's still, as Robert just showed us with those gusts, still very breezy for sure, downright windy. But where Tuesday was kind of our peak of rain, right? We had essentially all of us getting rain. Wednesday was the peak of wind. Today we're still in that nor'easter, but it is beginning to relax just a bit. And in the extended outlook, a great way to can we start that over?
Oh yeah,
I want to start something. I kind of telling you see at the very beginning of the graphic those yellow lines tight together. This is this afternoon. Those are isobars, lines of equal pressure, and those, what you learn, the tighter that what pressure gradient would be between high pressure wedged over Carolinas and with that front that had passed to our south, you get those tight lines together. That is just a elementary level indicator we're going to get strong winds, right? And they generally run parallel to those lines. You're getting the nor'easter. But watch what happens now. You put in motion. Watch the lines, right? You can be a forecaster with us. Getting a little further apart. We get into Friday, still breezy, certainly, but into our weekend, the gradient loosens, things decouple a bit. High pressure begins to actually move and settle in over us, loosening that gradient. Well, high pressure is starting to fill in. High moves to low. Things of higher pressure move to lower, and then that low will eventually fill in and becomes it's high pressure. High pressure settles over us, and it ultimately relaxes those winds. So by Saturday, Sunday, we appreciate the timing of this high pressure. Thank you. We get a nice weather sandwich. Last weekend, gorgeous. This weekend, looking like we do the same thing as things tend to improve.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, just check out the weekend forecast right here.
Yeah.
High 70s compared to the 60s. I think the timing is perfect because it was like Easter weekend was nice last weekend. Then the rain started kicking on. Nor'easter set Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And now that we're back towards the weekend again, terrible weather during the week, but guess what? By the weekend, it's going to be dry. It's going to be nice out there. You definitely can get out there and enjoy it. And check out Tuesday and Wednesday, mid to high 80s maybe.
Hopefully you got your rain. It's been rough as far as anybody trying to get outdoor plans done. You had that round of golf you've just been waiting to get in this week, just wasn't happening. But we needed it desperately. The rainfall that we're going to kind of look at, see our totals, and we'll have that for you through the evening as we get things finalized for this the entire event. But I imagine we'll get some impressive ones as we've seen that rain training over some of our coastal communities, but much needed rainfall. And another thing that happens on Thursdays, we do get our updated drought monitor. And with that in mind, a win in our books would be just not getting any worse.
What time does that usually come out?
It's usually around now.
Well, let's see if we got an update.
It may be updated, it may not quite yet, but if it is, a win is going to be no expansion of that exceptional area, which from the look of this,
I think it has been updated because Orlando's kind of out of it now.
Yeah.
Which they got a lot of rain this week.
Yeah, I-4 corridor got doused with it. So we'll look and see. I think this is Thursday, April 9th. I know it.
There you go. Yeah,
date updates automatically. So I believe we're seeing kind of similar things. That exceptional is starting to creep into Baker County. And into Charlton County a little bit further, concluding the Okefenokee Swamp, and that's problematic when you think of fire danger. A lot of that area that you see in the exceptional is big forests, and we concern ourselves with that when it comes to wildfire risk. But as long as the mountain monitor isn't getting much worse, that was a win considering this weekly update. We do transition back though. If you didn't get the rain you wanted, I'm sorry, we get back into that dry sort of mode.
Yeah, unfortunately, just more dry weather in the forecast. But yeah, it all come back around. Hurricane season will return. Just to recap what we said at the top of the show, the latest numbers from CSU have been released. Make sure you check out firstcoastnews.com. Just posted up a new update on that, as well as at noon, 4:30. You're going to be back here with Weather Impact Live.
We will.
And 5, 6, 7, 11.
Yep.
Always streaming on FCN Plus. So we always appreciate having you around.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.